up, guys?
Hello, how you doing? This is Malik,
This is Najee.
This is Greg.
and you're rocking with Dose of Melanin.
All right, today we're gonna be talking about the Amber Guyger case.
You guys should all know
100%.
what this
goddamn
case
case,
is
bro.
all about.
Sometimes I don't even like to talk. I don't even like to hear the dumb stuff that they be talking about.
Bro, we gotta hear the dumb stuff because at the end of the day, bro, you gotta have this conversation.
It's good information though.
It definitely
It's
is.
stuff that you need to know.
Definitely is.
Stuff that everyone needs to know, and in order to grow from this stupid shit that we hearing every day.
That is a fact.
But yeah.
Alright, so recap on the case, right? Basically, what happened is in Dallas, Texas, there was this white cop who allegedly thought that she was going into her apartment. However, it was owned by a young black man who was chilling on his couch, eating ice cream and watching TV.
Botham John. That was his name.
Botham John, exactly.
In his drawers. He got gunned down in his drawers.
Let me also
Eating ice
say
cream.
he was an accountant for a firm. An accountant, not your stereotypical black man who's out on the streets selling dope, drugs, whatever may be the case. He was someone who was successful, somebody who is a role model to many other black men. And he himself was a victim of just straight up injustice within the criminal justice system.
But as much as we want to rant about what happened, that whole situation in itself, the bigger problem is what went down with the case.
Exactly.
The absolute coonery that the judge displayed, that his own brother displayed.
Yo.
No, I was stating facts though. This is crazy.
I mean, I'm not gonna. So what happened was, she thought it was her apartment. So she saw that the door was slightly, open. So she went in. It was dark. She went in. She saw somebody was there. Took her gun. She said, "Put your hands up," and just fired 2 shots.
Did she even say anything?
And in her affidavit, she said that she said, "Put your hands up."
Wow.
Bro, how did she think that was her apartment?
It don't even matter because that's not her place.
Apparently,
Talking
it
about
was.
Put your hands up. And then
It's
her
just-
lawyer wants to bring up, castle law or whatever.
Castle Law, it was your house.
Exactly.
It's not.
It was not.
So if he put 2 holes in her chest, he had the right to do so.
Definitely.
But then they opened a whole different thing. Let's be honest now.
It definitely
Yeah,
was.
it would have went
A
down
whole
very
different
differently. It would have been,
They want to be hugs in the courtroom, bro.
it would definitely
No
not.
hugs in the courtroom.
It would definitely not.
Let's talk about the sentencing. 10 years. 10 years.
And for sure she's gonna get out in 5 because she's eligible for parole in 5 years.
Definitely.
As soon as she's eligible for parole, they're gonna let her free. That's a fact. She's gonna be gone, and so she's serving relatively for a murder. She's serving no time.
To me,
There was no justice, and what we gotta address is how Botham's brother, his own blood, said, I don't even want you to go to jail. And I quote, "I don't even want you to go to jail."
I mean, he was
Sounds like
speaking. He was speaking on behalf of, not on behalf of his family, but on behalf of his religion.
He can't talk.
Christianity.
Bro, I don't hear nothing about no Christianity. Nah, none of that. Bro, he can't talk on behalf of his brother because his brother's dead.
Though that
How
is
are
true.
you saying what your brother would have wanted?
That's true. That is true.
You wouldn't know that because, he got blasted by this woman that you're now saying that you love and you forgive. Who told you got the right to forgive her? Nah. I'm not. I don't forgive her.
I mean,
And that's not my brother. I don't forgive her yet.
regardless, bro, from the moment that incident started all the way up to her sentencing, it was all just wrong.
Bro,
It was all wrong.
that's the problem with black people, bro.
Wait,
Even
what?
if you see the black bailiff stroking Amber Guyger's hair while she's sitting down in the courtroom, everyone's trying to console her. What about the family?
Who's consoling the family?
Yeah, who's consoling the family? Everyone's worried about her. Oh, poor Amber Guyger. She killed a man and now she gotta live with it. Oh, poor her.
Bro, if this was the other way around, no one would have given a damn.
Bro, you hear them say, "Yo,
Bro,
yo,
there's been people of
Raekwon,
color
oh man,
who have done less.
I'm sorry."
Who have done less that kill a person that have done way more time.
Of course,
This is a
bro.
fact.
I know people who have been incarcerated for God knows how long, just for carrying fucking weed. Whatever the amount may be, that you should not do more time for carrying drugs rather than killing a person. Because at the end of the day, you took a life. With the drugs, what are you taking? What if that was for your consumption, not to sell for others?
Or
What
there's
if,
people who got caught outside their property with alcohol in their hand who got sentenced to more years than that.
I said, ooh, I don't know about that.
Nah, bro.
Nah,
Yeah,
bro, you can pull up names.
you
right
could
now,
pull it
bro.
up during the that whole crime bill thing with Bill Clinton. Bro, black guys going to jail left and right. Bro, most of the black dads, bro, that's it. That's where they went. Nah, for real. When you ask your friends, bro, where your pops at? Nah, like he's not around. That's where they went. They were standing outside their house with with a beer or something, with a Heineken, chilling with the boys. Cops come up, you all gotta go. Like yo man.
I mean, it's amazing. Yo, I think honestly,
This shit really amazes me.
honestly, there was two very significant moments in that courtroom. One, the brothers, statement after the sentencing, and then the judge. Judges are supposed to be
Judge.
impartial, are they not?
They very much are supposed to be impartial.
Exactly. Now, think of it like this. Dallas has 3 unions, police unions. Hispanic, black, and white. The fact that the department itself is like divided into 3 unions itself, regardless of whatever, is just bad. It already shows a sense of bias within the police department.
Yeah, that already shows this unity between all of them. Talking
Exactly.
about this police union, and it's like by race too, which is even like more dumb.
Exactly. Now, take that into account. You would think that the black judge who was, taking part in this case would be backed up by the black union. No, backed up by the white union. And regardless if she was even backed up by any
That's
union,
because she's a coon. Coon, bro.
a judge should not be backed up by any union whatsoever, by any police. The judges are supposed to be impartial, regardless if it's petty crime, petty theft, all the way up until homicide. It should always.
She hugged a convicted murderer.
Well, there you go.
She hugged a convicted murderer in the courtroom in front of everybody. What does that show, like, the public? That is definitely not a good example. Have you ever seen a judge, hug like some, one of them, black drug dealers off the streets? Oh, Daquan, I'm so sorry to see you go. You were really a good one. Like, you just went down the wrong path. I've never in my life have I ever heard that. Never seen it, never heard. But somehow this black judge, because of religion and because of God, she finds it in her heart to hug this murderer, Amber Guyger, to hug her and feel sorry for her because she killed a guy and now she has to live with it.
Don't make
No,
sense.
I shouldn't have to feel sorry for you because you actually murdered a person.
Like,
I shouldn't have to damn, you got to live with that now. That should not be the case, that I feel bad for you.
the judge took it upon herself to say the reason why she felt that type of way in the courtroom was because of her faith. the fact that, you know, she felt like it's up to her to showcase her sense of faith in like her religion and like showcase.
But no, she's not everybody is Christian.
But the thing is, there's no such thing as a completely unbiased judge. Everyone in their own way is biased. So no matter what you look at it, it could have gone a totally different way with a totally different judge, but it would still have been a bias.
She was like
But it
really
was-
biased.
but it
like,
was-
she was.
It was an it was
She took it to extreme level. Like
it was an unnecessary bias. Like, of course, when it comes down to it, like, everybody has their own sense of bias. Yes, when it comes to regular arguments, you know, debates, to, you know, courtroom settings. However, a case like this where you're gonna showcase what I understand, witnesses on the stand talking about their faith, but a judge should not. There is a separation between church and state, is there not? Yes, you swear on the Bible, you know, that you will tell nothing but the truth, right? However, when it comes down to something like this in a criminal court setting, yes, I will always have faith in my heart. God will always be in my heart. But when it comes to things like this, faith is not there. Well, in a sense, I guess you have to have faith in the evidence.
But I
faith.
understand what you're talking
But
about.
like, when it comes, a judge should not showcase her faith when it comes to, you know,
Comes to like physical evidence compared to physical evidence.
just when it comes to like her like putting
That's
her
when it
input.
comes to, like, in the courtroom.
Exactly. When it
In
comes
the
to the courtroom
you
setting,
gotta put it aside.
exactly.
All that faith, all that church, and all of that.
Just
you
how
gotta put that
you
aside.
put all your input, like just how like the criminal justice system should be equal. It should show the same amount of just the same amount of equality for each and every person, regardless of race, religion, ethnicity, gender, regardless.
Yeah, 'cause not in this world, never in this world will
Yeah.
you see a white judge sit down in a courtroom and cry for a black man going to prison.
No, you can
Never.
you can be a racist in your life. You can be a racist. You can be whatever you want to be, but once you step in that courtroom, I don't want to hear anything about that. I don't want to hear no racial slurs. I don't want to hear nothing, because at the end of the day, you're there to do one job, to make sure that the person who actually committed that crime serves the right amount of sentence, regardless. So I don't.
Yeah, that's your only purpose. That's
Exactly.
your only job. Your job is not to go in front of the courtroom and act like you're a preacher and you gotta reflect God's word and you gotta preach. That's not what you're there for.
Exactly.
You're there to give a sentence, an appropriate sentence for the crime that was enacted. Nothing else. Nothing less, nothing more. That's the only purpose of you being a judge and being there at that courtroom.
Exactly. Now, the brother statement.
Oh man, brother.
The brother statement. Okay, he basically just said, due to his he said not on behalf of his family, but on behalf of himself.
Course.
Of course, because his family would not
You
agree.
can't
to
talk to on behalf of his family. Like
exactly. He basically said, stating with his faith that he loves her, he wishes nothing but the best. He would not want to see her rot and die like her brother did.
Which is a weird comment to begin with.
Exactly.
Why would you even say that?
Exactly.
Just like my brother did. Why
given
did he,
the circumstances,
why did he go into such a deep description of that? Like, you have to feel weird just saying that. Like, your brother died. He's like, oh, I can't say that I want you to rot and die just like my brother did.
Exactly.
That's a weird comment to begin with.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it is.
Like, yo, like,
and
what kind of brother is that? Like, I wouldn't want, what's his name? Brat or something? Brett, there's some dumb shit like that. Yo, I don't care, man. His brother's a goofy, bro, a clown, a coon. Most of all.
But the most appalling thing was he said that he's not speaking on behalf of his family. He wished he never had to tell his family this in any sort of setting. He said he does not want her to go to jail. He wants her to live her life. He wants the best for her in life. Now think about it like this. You yourself, right? Let's say for example, you're a parent. You know, your son is like 20, in his 20s. Regardless if he's older, you love him to death. Now, same case happens like this. You would definitely want justice for your murderer. For your son's or daughter's murder. However, given the circumstances, 10 years for something like this. And your child who was innocent, nowhere near, and no run-ins with the law.
Dude, he was doing all the right things in his life.
No, like
The right things in his life, just for it to get cut short for absolutely no reason, for a stupid mistake. Even if I don't even know for sure if it was a mistake or not. To be honest, personally, I feel like, you know, I feel like she just like, I feel like she might have targeted him for some reason.
I mean, that's a theory, yeah.
It's a theory.
That sounds like a drag. No way. Targeted him.
Bro, you're telling me you walk into a man's house and you're like, oh, this is my house, and you shoot him twice? She shot him twice. It's not even like she shot him once and was like, oh. And you tell me you opened the door and not realize that it's not your apartment? How would you, like, you think you could open a door to someone else's house and actually look around and not realize that it's not your place?
I mean, apparently, this is from the reports I've read.
Unless she was, you know, under the influence.
Well, apparently what happened was
then that's something I could believe.
After 13 and a half shift, you know her shift, right?
13 and a half hour shift?
13 and a half hour shift.
That's not something I want to hear.
You know, she was working with the SWAT. They had arrested like 3 robbers, apparently. Her apartment was on the 3rd floor. But when she parked, she went up to the 4th floor. So when she walked that hallway, I'm assuming all hallways and everything looked exactly alike. Because when she got out, she walked that same hallway and went on the 4th floor. It would have to be that they're right above.
All right, either way, even if it was a mistake, because it could have been a mistake. I'm just going off on a limb, to be honest, but...
A limb?
Yeah, but, like, to be honest, this was a very stupid mistake. If that was a mistake, that was a very dumb mistake, and she deserves a harsh sentence, in my opinion. Because that was a very foolish mistake. And I don't think a 13-hour shift, you know, automatically, you know, redeems you for that.
Doesn't justify what
it doesn't justify you, like,
in any way
doing that. Like,
I
had a 13-hour shift, so, you know, me killing a guy, you know, wow, you know, just brush it off, because it's just, you know, I had a rough day, so.
Cut me some slack.
Yeah, cut me some slack, Judge. Sounds stupid, right? Because it is.
It definitely is stupid.
Like, and then, like, you got the judge there on, you know, some extra coon shit, you know, just bawling, crying, like.
Yeah, that's
a
crazy.
Murderer.
The moment, like, there was a shot when the brother went, like, when he pleaded, which is, it's amazing. Yeah. He pleaded the
please, judge, I want to give her a hug.
It wasn't one time he said please. It was twice. Like,
he begged.
Exactly.
He begged to hug.
And there was a video for him explaining as to why he wanted to hug her. He said for himself. It was for himself. For him to, it was like a letting go of, like, the hatred, basically. In the summarization, that's basically what it is. Like, just him letting go of the hatred he felt for something. But at the end of the day, like, that's just a like, to me, that's just a bad look. Like, it's a bad look for your family.
It's a very weak look. It makes your case look weak. It makes your whole stance
look
definitely very
does.
Weak. It kind of destroys your whole argument, to be honest, when you're, like, sitting in the courtroom.
Like, at the end of
the day...
And
I heard, like, her judges... I mean, I'm sorry. No, you're good. Her lawyers. Her lawyers, you know, just went for an appeal right after that.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, oh, you know, nah. They're going to try to get a lower sentence. Her sentence is already really, like... forgiving. It's really low already.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's just amazing how, like, I say this with no offense to my fellow black people, like in the black community, but I understand the fact that we don't want to show other races, especially white people, how much we carry for that stereotypical black person, how we try so hard to stay pure, just like Botham John, pure young individual. However, I mean, yes, I understand the whole forgiveness, but at the end of the day, there's a certain limitation when it comes to showcasing your religion and standing your ground to just make your point that you deserve the same inalienable rights as any other person, white person.
yeah.
You think everything, the Constitution was made during the time that we were like ever
Enslaved.
equal?
No,
There was never.
enslaved.
It was never a
You
time.
as people were
Yeah.
viewed
Exactly.
as property.
Exactly.
3/5 of a person.
Every I don't. Okay, yes, you can take the founding fathers' laws into account to govern our country. Yes, but at the end of the day, it didn't showcase what America is now. America right now should be a country that is equal has the same amount of equal opportunities for every race, religion, gender,
Hey man,
regardless.
it's definitely not like that.
Exactly. But
And in my opinion, it's hard it's gonna be very hard for it to ever be like that. Maybe one day it'll be like that.
I mean, yeah.
Maybe that's all we could hope for. One day in the future, it'll be like that. But till then, you got a lot of other options like where you want to go. To be honest,
That's
like
true.
we're in an age where you could travel fairly quickly, fairly cheaply compared to like back in the day. Now you can kind of just kind of move around pretty easily.
Mhm.
So
True.
I think for black people, what they got to think about is where they want to be. I think a black person shouldn't really like look at an area that's predominantly white and just like for some reason wanna go there.
Wait, hold up. I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying this. That's an issue that we have to touch upon at another point.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
understand that. That's
a-
we gotta touch upon that in another
Yeah,
video.
Yeah.
Guys, don't worry about it.
That's
we hope that you subscribe because more content is coming though.
We're not even done yet.
No, I know we're not done. I'm just saying, more content is on the way.
Well,
But
yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, but I mean, you want to wrap it up, or you want to I feel like we still got a little
We
bit.
could still talk about a lot more. To
Yeah,
be
that's what I'm
honest.
saying.
This whole case.
This case has a lot of room for you to discuss.
And we don't think we forgot about the murder of Joshua Brown.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God!
The star player in this case, the key witness.
Honestly, it to me it looked when he testified in court. He looked like he cared more for both of them than his own brother.
Definitely.
Like he showed a lot more like emotion. I know that doesn't mean everything sometimes, but he broke down. He wasn't there talking about I forgive Amber Guyger. Nah. He was there testifying for him.
But you know why they didn't take him as? You know why? I feel like personally the reason why they didn't take him as that serious was why?
Of course,
His appearance.
Of course, he has tattoos.
Yeah, of course he had tattoos, of course. But his brother came in well dressed. I'm not gonna say like, oh, that shouldn't have been the case. You should definitely dress, of course, however you want.
No, of
But-
course. I'm
but-
not saying there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but Mr. Brown, he came in Dragon Ball Z shirt, some Nike shorts or sweats. I don't know which ones, but he came in looking comfy, and like
Maybe that
And-
was just his style, you know.
well yeah, but like when you come in like that, it's like do you not
And it's
care?
true. Yeah, he should have. He should.
Like I feel like he should have like dressed up a little bit, like
with
it's
no
just, like, the
disrespect
part.
to Mr. Brown, he really should have like took in like a little bit more pride when he came to court
I mean, yeah, to be honest.
and came on the stand, because
But to be like to me,
to me it's his record that really
Yeah.
like made it look bad.
the
When-
misdemeanor
The misdemeanor
and
and
the drug possession.
I think it was I think he had a drug possession charge.
Yeah, and then
And a misdemeanor like B&E, I think. Break and enter, and I think
I think yeah,
I think so.
I think I heard that.
Don't quote me on that. I'm not too sure,
Yeah,
but I believe so. But I think that's what really kind of destroyed his testimony.
yeah, like
And that when he, and like I think on Friday he was killed. Well, they found his body.
yeah.
He was shot, and I look. This,
I know what you about to say. Yeah, I know
Bro.
what you about to say.
Bro, you might think I'm a conspiracy. Bro, you might think I'm on some conspiracy theorist shit. Bro, they killed him.
You wanna know
They
how?
killed Mr. Brown.
You know why? It was all because of drugs. It was a drug related, little
They
hit.
killed Mr. Brown because they saw his record. They said, "Ooh, this is gonna be easy to cover up." Because the cops did not find the killers that quick. They telling me the same, like this, the same week, not even the same, like what 3 days, not even. They just like, oh, we found like the killer. No evidence of how they found the killers, but they just found the suspects.
I mean,
3 suspects that they're
yeah.
assuming that were killers.
Yeah.
Who came from Louisiana to Dallas to buy drugs from him. I mean, come on. The guy had he had 3 running Airbnbs.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Working on a fourth one in Dallas. He was trying. He had his business
Yeah, he was
being
trying
set
to
up.
set up a business.
He was trying to set up a business. A young black entrepreneur trying to like do for himself and whatnot.
Like I'm not. We're not gonna sit here and say like, oh.
I'm not gonna say he was a saint.
Yeah,
Okay?
exactly. We're not gonna say he was.
He had a past.
Yeah.
Like, but that was literally was all in the past. He was
exactly.
like, and I personally believe that none of that had to do with his murder.
I mean,
I think that they targeted him because he's a key witness, and they killed him because he might present a problem when they try to appeal, and when Amber Guyger tries to get out earlier, he might kind of put a stop to that, because people are gonna hear that in court and be like, whoa. I mean, we should listen to this guy. He lived right across the door from both of them. He lived literally right across the hall from both of them.
yeah, definitely.
That he heard him singing in the morning. It was
Gospel music, Drake, whatever.
yeah.
The thing is, no matter what, officers will always back up other officers.
Of course.
Always.
Especially when
No
it comes
matter
when it comes to black people too.
Yo,
Oh
when
my
she's-
goodness!
well, she's in prison,
oh my goodness!
She's gonna be living that nice, comfy life.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
But she's an officer.
Don't get me started with that.
She's gonna be playing golf.
Don't get me started
She
with
be
that.
chilling.
Don't get me
Yeah.
started with that. The Dallas police chief held. She gave a little speech, and it basically talked about why she let former Dallas officer Amber Guyger go. It didn't have to do with the case and how dumb it sounded. It had to do with the fact that she had internal affairs with a married cop on the force. That's what it was. It wasn't.
That's true. And they don't bring it up a lot.
Yeah.
They brought it up once.
And in this speech, the chief talks a lot about how how she's trying to change the department for the better, how she's trying to make the department more equipped to fight crime, to for it to be more safe for the community, but we still have things like this happening. How is it safe? I want to know in what instance is this safe? In what instance is it safe?
All right.
A young black man.
Not safe for black people.
Exactly.
It's definitely not.
Just trying to succeed, and look what happens. Look what happens. There's no way to dodge it. It's a double-edged sword, bro.
Yeah, sadly, this is just one of like the many cases
Of
where
course.
black people just meet their end from the cops.
Of course.
Like a lot of times you get pulled over for a traffic stop, and that's it. That's your life.
Definitely true.
That's it. Like, you could get you get pulled over for speeding, whatever. You get pulled over, like your tail lights out. You get pulled over. The cop, put some bullets in your chest because
that's the last day. That's the last day you see him.
Yeah, because black. He's scared of you. He feared for his life, and that's all he gotta say.
Yeah, and we're not here to like talk bad about whites. Like we're not like hard black activists that are like we don't like whites. Like we're not. We're just saying that there should definitely be a showcase of equality within the criminal justice. We're gonna emphasize that word justice system.
No one's saying that they have a dislike or they have a hatred for white people. Just have a love for black people and want them to stay alive.
Oh, definitely.
And not be killed. Like that's the bare minimum. That's the bare minimum. I want them to thrive also. I want them to thrive.
But at least survive. Yeah.
There just needs to be a equality between whites and blacks in the justice system, because fucking a black individual can gun someone down, boom, but then one of these kids who shot up a whole church, he gets slapped on the wrist, mental illness. Black kid goes to jail for years.
And you think about the courtroom, the reaction of, all right, so the witnesses in that case, the Dylan Ruth case, the one with the church shooting.
Yep.
Yeah.
The insanity that was displayed by the black, no offense to any religious person listening to this or anybody who, regularly goes to church, follows the Christian religion or whatever. This is not meant to come at anybody like that. But I'm just saying, like, it seems insane to me that you would go up there and you would, like, tell a person who walked into your church with the intent of shooting just to kill, like, all the black people in your church and just say you forgive them. And, like, it's like they went out of their way to forgive him. Like, he didn't even want their forgiveness. He looked at them and was like, yo, man, like, well, it is what it is. I don't, like, he did not want their forgiveness. You could see it in his face. He didn't give two shits. He did not care.
Well, what they were trying to do...
That was just the person he was.
They just didn't want to fight fire with fire.
They're not fighting fire with fire by not forgiving him. It's just not it's a very bad look.
But like, why is it a bad look?
I'm tired of seeing black people just over and over and over forgiving like oppressors over and over. It has to stop.
I'm not like I for one, like, I'm not very religious, but I am religious myself. However, I do see the point he's trying to make. When there's a certain amount of, like, pain and torture and just straight humiliation that you can take for you to just continue to say, it's okay. Like, there has to be a point where you just say, listen, this all your transgressions, I've forgiven them, but now you've crossed the line. There has to be a point now where you, like, I feel like right now should be the point where we come together and say, I think you guys are forgetting the fact that, okay, yeah, we remind you guys that we've been, like, our people have been oppressed for 300 plus years. But when we say 300 plus years, it's still going. Regardless if we're not in shackles, physically we're in shackles mentally, we're in shackles emotionally, spiritually, regardless. Because some of us, we walk in the streets not feeling safe. You know, you have. I'm not trying to make this a racial thing, but at the end of the day, it has to.
It is though.
It has to be. You have white people just walking. The thing is, I don't want it to make it seem like, you know, like hate, like just straight hating. But I just feel like white people, they don't grasp the position they're in. They can walk freely on the streets without caring about what happens to them. Like, just straight, what happens to them? They walk freely. Now, for us, we walk and we have to continue looking back at our shoulders. Do you know how messed up it is for you to worry about the people who've sworn to protect and serve
It's like
you?
you're home, but you never feel safe.
Exactly. It's mind-boggling to think that the people who was sworn into that line of fire to protect and serve you, to then be the ones who oppress you, who are part of the oppressors. It's amazing when you think about it, isn't it?
Yeah, man. I mean, like, I've lived in this country my whole life. I mean, I've always had a roof over my head. I've always had a place to sleep. But honestly, like, you know, I could say it felt like home because, like, my family was there. But truly, like, in terms of, like, this country in general, it's never felt like home to me.
Yeah.
Like, I felt, like, more at home, like, going back, you know, to Trinidad, you know. That felt more like home to me. Like, I see more people look like me. I feel it's weird because statistically it's supposed to be a more dangerous country.
Yeah.
Way more but
put that out.
Yeah, statistically it's supposed to be a dangerous country, but I feel safer there. It's just strange enough, but I feel like, you know, this country, I feel like they got it mixed up because I feel like it's astronomically more dangerous for a black person than for a white person in this country.
Oh, definitely.
Like, a white person, they walk, you know, they could walk out on the street in the middle of the night in some backwoods place, you know, and, you know, they'll for the most part they'll probably be all right.
Nobody will feel safe in the back alley type.
I'm not saying like, you know, like a young like girl or anything is gonna feel like safe or something. Like, of course not. Like,
I feel you.
But I'm saying, like, in terms of race, they're likely to be fine. You know, we're likely to probably, you know, get killed by, you know, some white supremacist or something. Some, like, type of, like, race soldier or somebody.
That's definitely true.
And it's, like, I can't stand when, like, black people just keep forgiving, like, over and over. I feel like this, like, nonstop forgiveness
should come to a stop.
It has to come to an end because no one will respect black people.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
And I feel like that contributes greatly to, like, to the disrespect that black people face all the time, like, daily from all other races. Think about it. No other race respects black people. None, bro.
That is honestly... Wait, okay.
They get disrespected by every single race.
Hispanics... Take Dominicans, for example. I'm not saying all Dominicans, of course.
And a lot of them are black.
Exactly. You know, when you come to Dominican and, you know, they say, "Oh, I'm Dominican," whatever, and you say, "You're black, right?" And they're like, "No, I'm Dominican." They're like, "No." Like, they don't.
Getting off topic here, bro.
It has to do with it at the end of the day because
we'll talk greater into the subject at a later date, but it does have to do with
it gives an example as to, like, the fact that oppression has been there ever since they created the slave ships to transport slaves from Africa to the U.S.
And I feel like I feel like religion has been, like, honestly, like, the biggest con, like, for black people, like in general, like, it has been the biggest, like, bamboozle, bro. Like, no, bro. I mean, no offense by this, but, like, religion has bamboozled, like, the black community. It has actually bamboozled.
If you really look into it, the Bible itself was translated. I'm recording this.
King James version
by belligerent white white
Supremacists.
men.
Well, okay.
Catholic men.
Yeah. Okay. When you think about it, yes, the church. Okay. Yeah, I've had conversations like this, a lot of times. And we talk about the difference between faith and religion, right? The faith is what it is; it's set in stone. Religion is your interpretation of that faith, and just running with it. So, when it comes down to the originality of Catholicism, how it portrayed, Jesus, of course, in the Bible says clearly, Jesus was bronze toned. Bronze. What is the color of bronze? It's brown.
Look, personally,
It's dark.
look,
dark
I
tone.
believe that Jesus was a black man,
Yes.
because the Christian religion in general started in Ethiopia.
Yes.
That is the origin of the Christian religion. All these people talking about, the Catholic, this and that, Roman this, nah. It started in Ethiopia. That's where it came from, East Africa.
Yes, sir.
But in my opinion, Christianity is no religion of mine. Like, it's just not. It's not my religion.
I mean,
I believe in God.
Mhm.
I don't believe in religion, to be honest.
Thank you. That's the point. You believe in the faith, but you don't believe in the religion.
Religion has skewed that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
What I'm saying is religion has bamboozled black people.
Yo, bro, you wanna save this for another? Bro,
Bro.
I feel like we could touch this. We could touch upon this
We
a
definitely,
lot.
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So
we could.
we'll wrap up
Telling
now.
y'all, we was
Yeah, we could.
off topic,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, we could definitely
We got off the trail.
Yeah, you definitely right, bro.
Yeah,
Was
but
wonder back over, bro.
So I mean, honestly, we could literally go on and on about.
Yeah.
We could ramble on and on about the oppression of black people.
we could.
But we're gonna separate this into different segments.
That's what the channel is about.
Exactly. We're here to bring the black community together and to show them that the oppression stops now.
Not even just the black community, the colored community together.
I mean, yes. So you want the minorities together,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh,
But at the end of the day, being as though the black community is more targeted than I like when you think about it, the black community is more targeted than any other community. Because every other minority group shits
group, bro,
on the black community.
think about it.
The Hispanic
people,
community,
the
definitely.
least respect.
Asian community, definitely. Well, what else is there?
Bro, I should know, bro. The Asian community. My girlfriend's Asian.
I mean, bro, we can go to China and they look at us like we're fucking a tourist attraction, bro.
Bro,
When athletes go to China, they go, whoa, 6
Bro.
foot tall, black man.
I got a lot of things to talk about when it talks about other races and the disrespect that they give towards black people.
So do I.
All of that, that's a story for another day.
How exactly is a story for another segment. Now, it is time for our closing. We thank you very much for listening if you have listened, right? Now, next segment, we will talk about the split between the black community. Yes, I said it, split. And you definitely know what I'm talking about. I definitely know. I know for a fact you know what I'm talking
Guys,
about.
feel free to leave comments, though.
Yeah,
Because there's a lot of room for us to grow. This is a new channel.
Yeah.
There will be more content.
And we're not gonna be the arrogant people, and we're not gonna say, oh, we're not gonna look at your comments and read them and not take them into consideration. We will take it into
No,
consideration.
guys, we're definitely listening.
Because at the end of the day, what we say is not 100% fact. We're not gonna. It's not like we're saying words and you're gonna take it as the Bible. No, we're giving you room to listen to us.
In the future, we will actually say factual things, especially when we're talking about things that have to do with history.
I mean, technically, we did hit them with some
No,
facts.
But today, this was mostly facts, nonstop facts. Anything about the case, that was definitely facts.
Yeah, but what we were talking about in our opinion towards the case,
Yeah.
that was
a lot of
that
things
was-
are
that was us.
opinionated, but
Exactly. But that's how everything is, right? Opinionated.
yeah.
But thank you guys for listening and tuning in. This is Malik.
This is Najee.
This is your boy Greg.
And we thank you for listening to Dose of Melanin.